You girls are fine. You're all fine, okay? Because aren't dying. This is what they do when they want grain, and they know it's grain time. And Lily's in heat, so she's just yelling. Okay, ladies. For grain, we gotta get the important stuff done. They're like, wait. Okay, so just got back from the feed store, and we have to get some straw put in here. I just cleaned out the barn, not like you can tell, but I did. And it's gonna get super cold this week, so to keep these girls from getting pneumonia and just from getting cold, I got them a couple bales of straw, and I'm gonna go spread all this out in here because they have been very cold the past few days, because this went from about 60s and up to 20s, 40s. So that's what I'm gonna do. Be nice, Lily. That's my precious. This is my precious girl, Lily. If you go and you are water Lily, she is littermate brother to Mr. Denny, which is the herd I used really heavily this year. I actually showed Lily at a show earlier this year. And she, when I tell you guys, she's one of the prettiest does I have ever had. I'm not joking. Conformationally and just colors, she is perfect. She will not be bred this year, but next year is going to be her year, guys. It's going to be crazy. Are you girls ready? Barn's been bedded with lots of straw. That whole bale filled the entire barn, other than right here, but would have gotten here if I wanted it to. I don't really see any point in putting straw there because they're just going to throw hay on it again. But ladies are smelling it, as you can tell. Maybe. Oh yeah, you can tell with the light. It's super dusty in here now, so I bet we'll have a lot of snot tomorrow, but gotta keep them warm. I have about 18 does in here, and I feed 12 quarts of feed once a day. I upped it. It was 8 quarts, but I've upped it to 12. Now that everyone's nearing closer, to the ends of their pregnancies, or a few of them are, and it's getting much colder, so definitely want to up their grain. This is the absolute best grain I have ever fed. It's a custom mix from a local feed store, and like I keep saying in my videos, I will do a feed video soon, showing what I feed and all that good stuff. Come on, girls, let's go. Oh my gosh, honey, that poor doe. She's still got 2 months. Let's go, ladies. Let's get food. Oh, I'm so sorry, Dreamy. You're so fat. Oh my gosh. Maybe I'm feeding too much. Psych. We want them a little plump going into winter. We don't like that cough, Puddles. Okay. Let's go, girls. Ooh, they're crazy. Okay, and then I have about this much feed left, so I just go back and give it to the ones with the most amount of goats, or the goats that need the most grain, which currently is these two. These two aren't skinny by any means, but they are new, so they tend to get bullied, so they get an extra scoop. Then these two also aren't skinny, but Alpha is very pregnant, and she still has a long way to go. These two both do, so they get extra grain. And then these three all get their own bowls because they're little bullies, and none of them need really extra weight. So I still have enough for one more little scoop. So, Nova, why aren't you eating your dinner? Did you get kicked out? I'm gonna give them one to these two ladies, or these three ladies, I should say. Make sure they get enough. And there we go. As you can tell, Puddles is not lacking weight. Same with her. She's not either, but for being a junior, I like them a little plumpier. Oh, this is why I give extra grain, because they all cram to one bowl. And this is why Honey is so dang fat. She gets her own bowl. Oh my gosh. I saw 4 on her ultrasound. Poor mama. She still has 2 months, guys. Okay, so this is how you make the best artisan bread you've ever had. And it's so easy. And it's much healthier than regular bread. But it's 3.5 cups of flour, or just regular flour. So, there's a cup. After you put your flour in, then I put the salt in. You can put the salt or yeast in, whatever one. It's 2 teaspoons of salt, kosher salt. You can use whatever salt you have. And then it's a 1/2 teaspoon of just yeast. I'm gonna do a little bit more than I usually do. It's just about a 3/4 teaspoon, just because I want this to rise a little faster since I'm making it late. Then you're gonna need 1 3/4 cup of warm water. And this also doesn't have to be exact. Just kind of start out with, you know, a certain amount, and just start out with 1 3/4 cup. And if you need more or less, then you can add more flour, add more water, you know, just whatever works. And since, instead of getting a whole, like, spoon just to mix this, I just use my hand because it's way easier and it goes way faster. You can use a mixer too, but I've always noticed that it always turns out much fluffier and like better when I use my hands. So I just use my hands. Much easier too. And I always start the water at 30 seconds, and like it a little bit on the warmer side because it'll rise faster. And like I said, I'm making this kind of late. Okay, now that I've washed my hands, I can touch this easier and it won't stick to me. But this is basically what you want. You kind of want it a little stretchy, but like you can touch it and not get too much on your hand. So this is perfect. And then I'm just gonna cover this with some cling foil or whatever it's called and let it sit for about 5 hours. You can probably let it sit less if your house is warmer, but ours isn't very warm, so this is gonna probably sit for about 5 hours. I just refilled their mineral feeder. Hey, Whirly, no ramming the stomachs. Nope. So I just refilled the mineral feeder, and it's always a fight at the feeder because everybody wants minerals, and you know, there's only a couple spaces. I need to spread them out throughout the barn. Poor Pickles. Mango's mean. She always hogs all of them. Mango, stop that. She don't like when you slap her butt. See that anger. Anyways, so this is the mineral we're feeding. It's Durafirm Concept Aid. Haven't been feeding it too long, probably a month now, and so far the ladies look pretty good in my opinion. She's dirty, but really shiny. Everyone's dirty, but overall coats look good. That's chicken poop because she got pooped on by stupid chickens, but luckily that's not a problem now because they're all in the chicken coop. I caught them all. But yeah, everyone's looking good on this one. And I'm pretty happy with it. It's been much easier than the mineral buffet. And it's not that the mineral buffet isn't good, it's just that all the setups I tried didn't work and it was just too hard to keep filled. I think for a small herd it would work really good, but I just got lazy and did not want to keep refilling it. This was the old mineral buffet feeder. And as you can tell, we got some poop, you know, pee, the chickens started pooping it, and they just hopped in it. And I actually did have a cover over it that worked, and then they broke it off. So I gave up and just switched them to normal minerals. You're not part of the problem, aren't you, Kona? Okay, thank you, honey. You gave me so much good blood. So voila.
She looks so mad. That's way easier than I expected there. candy.
Got it. Get it. Oh, I got it. Oh my gosh. Okay guys, so it's been about an hour since I did blood testing on all these ladies, and I always like to come out here about, an hour or so afterwards, just make sure everyone looks fine, nobody's acting weird, there's no blood, coming down their necks, which there never has been, but I just like to make sure that all their arteries clogged right back up real fast. This is what Whirly's looks like. Miss Coco here, right there. It's being so dramatic. She cracks me up. She is big and pregnant. She's really not that big, but she's pregnant. She's such a dramatic goat. It cracks me up. Like during the summertime when she gets hot, she just pants all day. And all the other ones are like, don't even act like it's affecting them. Like they might be laying down or, chilling in the hay. And there's Coco over here, just like panting, acting all dramatic. And right now, well, you probably heard her a second ago, but she's just been grunting. I think she's ready to have those babies out of her. So yeah, Whirly has forgiven me for doing the testing. She didn't even act like it was anything. As you can tell, Whirly is smiling because Whirly loves life. Speaking of Whirly, she actually earned her milk star, which is really exciting. That makes 2 goats in my herd with their milk stars. She earned it in protein and butter fat. And next year we're going for production. I didn't, she wouldn't have hit it this year, but she should hit it next year, depending on how many babies she has. And, just if she has easy kidding, everything lines up, we should get her production star too, which will be really cool. So that is it for this video, guys. I know it was a little random. It was just kind of another vlog style video. I want to be more consistent on YouTube, but between goats and just normal life, it's a lot of work. And editing, I like editing, but I just get so overwhelmed with it sometimes. If there's certain types of videos you guys want to see, definitely let me know. And yeah, so I'll see you guys in my next video.